Hey, George Lynch here with Dangerous Guitar. We're at the ESP headquarters in North Hollywood, California. We're going to show you around. Alright, well, this is Matt's office, the president of ESP. We were together when we got started the ESP endorsement process. He was with me at the time, he was my tech, and you know, he's one of my best friends, and best man at all 4 of my weddings, godfather to all 6 of my children, and I got him this job at ESP. I might be slightly exaggerating, I'm not sure. Anyways, look at these guitars. We got the Ouija board guitars, the Rat Pack guitar, that's pretty cool. A whole bunch of gold records, if you're impressed with that kind of shit. Makeup, Photoshop, reality. Alright. This is like going into the White House, into the Oval Office. ESP doesn't have any real shredders on their roster, so they had to go buy one. We're at the ESP Artist Room. This is a room they recently put together. Obviously ESP has a huge roster of artists. This is a room where we can come and try out different guitars, either custom shop guitars, just their regular production guitars, some of these one-offs in here that are pretty incredible. This is a really beautiful instrument. I'm going to try to see if I can get them to give this to me. Yeah, and they've got all the different amps here. Obviously, a lot of different amps, so you can get all kinds of different tones, whatever you're used to. From the Boogie, the Black Star, Marshalls, the Cranks, the Fenders, and other things. So you can play what you're used to. So if I came in here, I'd bring my Randall in here and fire it up, and then that way I'm playing through an amp that I'm familiar with, and so I know what the guitar really sounds like, relevant to what I'm used to. Alright, we're here in the other artist room, connected to the artist room we were just in, and this is mostly LTDs and their other line, X-Tones. We've got LTDs on this wall, and we have some of the custom graphic LTDs over here with the horror theme. Here are some ESPs, Mirages, and that's the Viper. We haven't forgot about bass players either, and this wall is dedicated to bass players, and just some beautiful wood finishes on these things, the Spell, the Walnut, and so forth. Just amazing active pickups, 8-string, a lot of different interesting things here. We got lefties and 5-strings, and it's really incredible the amount of guitar you can get these days, in this day and age, for the money. Quite honestly, it's just kind of blows my mind, because I come from an era where when you were starting out and the guitar that was actually affordable to you as a kid was something that was virtually unplayable and sounded terrible. And so nowadays you can get a bass or a guitar like this for a very reasonable price that is eminently playable and sounds great. Sounds really, really good. So it's a lot easier to be a novice guitar player or bass player these days, because the instruments are very friendly and conducive to playing. Rather than fighting the instrument, it's working with you. So let's go to a different part, and maybe we'll go out to the warehouse and check it out, see where all this stuff is stored. So here we are at the ESP Warehouse, and this is where all the guitars come in, where they go out. You can just see that there's endless rows of racks stacked to the rafters with guitars. Unbelievable how ESP has grown over the 27 years that I've been with them. They've gone from 48th Street, New York, through 5 or 6 different facilities, and continually expanding and getting better and better and better. It's just phenomenal. So this is the home to ESP, LTD, and X-Tone, and ESP U.S.A. as well. here's the setup benches, and you know, all these guys are players, so and that helps when you're a player and you set up, because you know what a player is looking for. And nothing more frustrating than getting a guitar, you know, and buying it, and you know, it's just the action isn't right, or the neck's not adjusted right, and so forth. And so these guys make sure that where the rubber hits the road, your fingers hit the string, it's very playable. And that's what all these guys do. They make sure that everything works, and the truss rod's adjusted, and the pickup's adjusted correctly, and you know, it's an A guitar.
Look around it, make sure there's no dings or scratches or anything like that on the finish. Next I check the electronics, the switches, and then I go ahead and adjust the neck if it needs it and the string height.
How's this one look so far?
So far so good. This one, yeah, this one's perfect.
Okay, here's the other side of the you know, all the setup benches. I just pointed this out. This is an LTD version of the Kamikaze. The Kamikaze was the first guitar that I designed with ESP, and I couldn't tell you exactly what date, but somewhere in the mid-'80s. Japan, and I met with the company, which was Japanese only at the time, and they had their scientists with their micrometers and their pencils, and we spent the whole afternoon coming up with what became the Kamikaze. And it, you know, wasn't like I was really looking at it from a luthier standpoint. I was really designing the guitar with their help from just more of a cosmetic standpoint and a spec standpoint. So the extra thickness on the guitar, the type of wood, the weight, obviously the pickup configuration, the neck specs, you know, the wide flat neck, the jumbo frets. You know, it wasn't rocket science, but it ended up being a phenomenal guitar and very unique sounding and playing guitar, and still sells very well to this day, 25, 6, 7 years later. It's the LTD version, not the ESP version. I'm still not sure what this Japanese lettering. Do you have any idea what this says?
Kamikaze.
That says Kamikaze?
That's right.
Because I asked somebody in Japan once, and they told me it says, "Hi, my name is George Lynch, and I have many children." I go, well, it says all that in those two letters? Is that kanji?
Yeah, it is.
Kanji. Okay.
That's kanji. That's kaze. So.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Now I know. I should have known that in 27 years. You think I knew what it said on my own guitar, but oh well. All right, well, that's it. We gave you the tour of ESP. Beautiful facility, ever expanding, a lot of history, a lot of stuff going on here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.